Hey everyone, this is a walk around on my 1994 Ford Bronco Prerunner. Before anyone goes down and comments, I consider this a prerunner, even though it's coil sprung and leaf sprung in the back, because I take it everywhere, king of the hammers, out to the desert, mountains, camping, and most importantly, I take it down to Baja. Uh, it goes down and it drives on the actual race course, so technically it's pre-running, so there's that. Since last time, you can tell right off the bat, I have 35-inch Falcon AT3s on the stock Alcoas. And in order to clearance that, we have a Desolate Motorsports Stage 2 mid-treble kit. It's cut and turn beams, fabricated radius arms, 4-inch oil spring, Fox 2.0, limit straps, the whole shebang. So that install was actually pretty fun to do. It took me, I think I counted 18 or 19 hours. So it's a lot to do. It's a lot of work, especially if you're going to prep and paint the actual beams that come raw. Um, so yeah, that was a pretty fun install. I would have recorded that, but I probably would have taken a whole week to record and install. So yeah, up front we have Amazon Designs LED pods. I think these are 7-inch, or yeah, they should be 7-inch. They do the job. They're not Baja Designs, but they're a lot cheaper. I think $80 a piece, so $240 for 3 light pods. I think that gets you one LP6 or LP9, whatever they're called. But they do just fine for me. Also up front, we have Warren manual locking hubs. Um, these are the premium ones. I had the ones that are a little bit cheaper than this at first, and I upgraded these through Summit, mainly because these don't contain any plastic, and also they're 9/10ths of a turn to lock. So you can see right here, there's a lock and there's free. So you pretty much do almost one whole full rotation on that. Just a little bit of security and peace of mind knowing there's no plastic in there. Still stock leaf springs and Rancho shocks in the back. There's a 2-inch or 1.5-inch lift block in the rear just to get it to sit a little bit nicer. But it does the job. 35-inch spare with an Alcoa to match. Really wanted everything to match. Um, Mounted a LED whip up here on the spare tire carrier. I think this was for King of the Hammers, so back in February, January, just to be seen at night. Yeah, it came out real nice if you ask me. As far as engine modifications go, haven't done much or anything at all aside for maintenance. Lots of maintenance. It's a 30-year-old truck, so stuff comes up. I think I just replaced an idler pulley and the tensioner pulley as well. So it's getting a lot of squeaking, and I went through I think 2 belts. Was just warranting them out, but got fed up with that, so was dealing with that and just other routine maintenance stuff. Uh, New big difference is that it's re-geared now, both in the back and the front, to 488. So actually in the back, I have a Detroit True Track, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but acts kind of like a limited slip. Not too sure about all that, but honestly, it does really well compared to how it was doing before. I did have the factory limited slip in it before, but it was 30 years old, so I don't think it was really doing much of anything. Like I said, re-geared front and back, still open diff in the front. A little bit more changes on interior. Let me go around the other side to get a better view. But yeah, I built a center console. Let's see if I can get a wide view. There we go. See how that looks. Sorry about the mess down here. Just kind of tossed everything on. But yeah, I built a center console out of plywood and I think Joann's vinyl, even though I haven't finished wrapping it. It's kind of a close match to the factory interior. I couldn't find an exact match without paying a lot online, so I just went to Joann's and got some material. Have an iPad mount right here. It's the Mob Armor Tabnetic or magnetic mount. Point is, it's a magnet up there. There's a mount back here on my iPad, and I use this for navigation. So this just goes right up here, and does pretty awesome. Uh, doesn't fall off. We have accessory power ports right here. USB-C, USB 3.0, right, cigarette lighter, and then an on-off switch, so I can turn that on and off even if the car's not on. I have an aux beam control panel, which is similar to a Switch Pros, just everything's wired up front, and don't have to deal with any of these nasty wires or switches coming out to like anywhere on the dash or down here. And other big change is that I have a Sidewinder shifter now, so it's a gated shifter instead of the column one. The column one is still up here. Uh, just don't want to deal with taking that off. It's another project to do in the future. But yeah, everything is gated now, so shift down here. Got some cup holders. Show the back just in case anyone wants to see the mess. Yeah, that's it for the inside. Last trip out was the San Felipe 250 in March or April, and my transmission gave out. So I lost all forward movement, and I only had a reverse. So this actually happened, I think, 20 miles outside of town. So I drove in the desert in reverse for around 5 to 6 miles, which is kind of a lot. And my brother-in-law flat towed me home. So shout out Marco for doing that. That was awesome. Since then, oh, let me fix this. There we go. Since then, the transmission's been rebuilt and it's been pretty dialed since. So pretty excited about that. I do have the next trip coming up this weekend, actually. So in 2 days, going down to Ensenada for the Baja 500 2024. I'll be recording that too and uploading the video once I get a chance. But a little nervous, whenever something big like that happens and, you have a new transmission or a rebuild transmission. There's a little bit of like butterflies you get in your stomach. So dealing with that, but since the rebuild, I think I've put around like 2 or 3,000 miles on it. So and I drive it pretty far on a regular basis, so shouldn't be worried about too much. Just a little bit of nervous jitters before it's a big maiden voyage back in. Yeah, as far as future plans go, now that we're back here, I want to build a roof rack. So that focus. Want to build a roof rack from this part to this part. So pretty much just the topper part. Just to carry a lot of light stuff that I don't want inside. Kind of like those big black and yellow Costco boxes. Just toss as much camping stuff slash pre-running stuff as I can on top. That's not too heavy. I want to do that. My friend's gonna build me a drawer system or kind of like a slide out table type thing. It's literally gonna be like right here at this level that just comes out 30 inches. So I can mount the Yeti and my toolboxes, other stuff that I don't really access a ton down here. So not that I don't want to access, but that I don't want to take out on a regular basis when you go on trips. Slides out and then just slide it back in. So that should be pretty cool. And then once we get that built, I want to build a little shelf. I think Solo Motorsports sells brackets for it, but it sits right around here, like at the window line, and just for a little bit more storage, but also to be able to sleep on. So not just that little portion right there, but eventually be able to put down the back seat, uh, fold it down, put another piece of plywood on top, kind of like connecting the pieces. Sorry about that. And being able to sleep on that. So pretty much a whole sleeping area from here to here. My wife and I aren't that tall, so I think she's 5'7" and I'm 5'6". So it should work pretty well for us and be able to keep stuff inside when we're camping, but without having to move everything. Because currently we have to take everything out, fold the seats, or we leave the seat at home and sleep in the back. But it's a lot of steps and it gets kind of annoying. So hopefully that mitigates that. Inside, I need to finish the center console and what else needs to be done in here. Inside should stay pretty factory for the time being. My buddy gave me LEDs, so I'm gonna update the LEDs up here and then up here as well. Probably also one in the back wired to a switch. Just for when you go camping, it's nice to be able to turn on lights without having to come up here and um, turn it on. Uh, Actually, you can turn on that light in the back with a switch. It's just not that bright. So upgrade that to an LED, maybe a little warm LED would be nice. Finish the center console as I mentioned. And up front, I'd like to build a skid plate bumper. So I don't mean take off this whole front bumper and replace it with a traditional pre-runner bumper, but to build onto this. So I have little mounting brackets kind of in place already. So right there, and then right here, I think the sway bar mounted to that originally. So I built these little brackets down here at the bottom in order to mount. So do a traditional hoop bar going down here, and then have a kind of like a bikini skid going up, not too thin, not too thick. Mount it to the back portion right here, and then build off that back portion to do a hidden winch somewhere in this area, and also do a bash bar. So it's the kind of like the tubing that comes out and protects the bumper from being hit. Probably only protruded a little bit, just for a little bit of extra protection, or when I want to rear on my friends in their truck. So that'll be pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. No other updates aside from that. If you have any feedback on the video, let me know. What I could do better, what you liked, and then any ideas on mods or anything I should do to the Bronco. So yeah, let me know. Thanks for watching.